There's a very concerning situation playing out down in Antarctica right now. And I know some of you are probably wondering, who in the heck is even in Antarctica? Well, as I previously reported to you guys, there is a research team consisting of 9 people from South Africa who are currently isolated on a remote research base in Antarctica. They are on a mission that is supposed to last anywhere between 13 and 15 months, but for 10 of those months, they are basically totally isolated from the outside world due to the low temperatures and the extreme weather. I mean, they basically cannot even step foot outside of their facility. And if they do, it's for a very, very short period of time. So they're basically all contained in this research facility. No one anywhere around them. No one can come for help, basically. They're basically stuck there for 10 long months. But now, they have rung the alarm that one of these researchers, one of these scientists, has gone mad. He's gone crazy, I guess, due to the isolation. I don't know. They're trapped in this research facility with 9 people. You can't see the outside world. And one of them has gone crazy. And they have attacked some of their fellow colleagues, scientists, researchers, whatever you want to call them. They have now attacked people physically. They are now threatening to kill the rest of the people in the research facility. And allegedly, they have essayed 2 of the women. And some of the people here are afraid to even sleep at night. They're sleeping with one eye open because, from their own words, they're afraid that they're going to become his next victim. And nothing has been done about it. I don't know what can be done about it. They're all in this little research facility together. There's nowhere to run. If you go outside for too long, you're frozen. You're gone. The winds are blowing over 60 miles per hour. It's like negative 70 something degrees. So things are really bad. And they've kind of, put out this message that they need help, that they need to be rescued. Now, rescue teams can possibly come. They can possibly come, but it would take rescue teams 2 weeks to get there. And only if the weather conditions are ideal. And spoiler alert, weather conditions are never ideal during this season in Antarctica. So even if help can come, it's not going to get there for weeks. But they're putting out urgent pleas of help, that this guy's gone crazy. We need help. We need to get out of here. Meanwhile, the South African government is downplaying the situation. Over the past day or so, once information started leaking out about what's going on at this research facility, and I believe at least one of the people there is in contact with the media, letting them know certain information. So once the alarm got rung about what's going on out there, the South African government has come out and they've tried to downplay the situation. They're basically saying, hey, it's kind of a misunderstanding. They're all stuck in the research facility together. There was some tensions. They admitted that the guy has attacked someone in the research facility. But they're basically like, hey, it's not a big deal. It's not as big of a deal as everyone is making it seem. Everyone calm down. Meanwhile, people within the research facility are, in contact with the media saying, help us, please get us out of here. They're basically afraid for their lives. So, we've been kind of waiting around to see what's going to happen. Are they going to send a rescue team? Are they going to send a rescue team to risk their lives to get out here and try to get these people away from this madman that they're trapped with? Well, it was just announced, rescue team ain't coming. Nobody's coming to help these people. They're going to be in this research facility with this guy for about 9 more months. And I mean, hopefully they make it out alive, or he makes it out alive. I don't know how this is going to play out, but I imagine it's not going to play out very well. And the South African government, the statements that they're putting out and the way they're describing things, they're downplaying the situation. And one of the women in the base, has claimed that this guy has SA'd 2 of the women there already, and that she may be another victim. But they're saying, hey, that didn't happen. Look, there's so much to unpack. There's a lot of details here, and we're going to go over those details in this video and in future videos. But right now, let's go ahead and dive right into this article, because this is getting crazy. A South African scientist who allegedly assaulted and threatened to kill a colleague at a remote Antarctic research station snapped after the expedition's team leader decided to change their work schedule, according to a government official. The team of 9 scientists are currently stationed at Sinai IV Base, a research center located on the northern tip of Antarctica, some 4,000 kilometers from their South African homeland. Extreme weather makes leaving and entering nearly impossible, and they were set to remain on mission until December. The long stretches of isolation and working in close quarters means that each researcher must undergo a series of background checks, physical and medical assessments, and a psychometric evaluation before they are cleared for the expedition. But last week, one of the researchers sent a worrying email claiming one team member had attacked them and was issuing death threats. The man in question is also accused of SAing or SHing another researcher. The team is now pleading to be rescued, but an emergency evacuation operation would take at least 2 weeks to reach them if weather conditions remain stable, and they have now confirmed that they are not sending a rescue team. A South African government official confirmed that one of the team members' threatening behavior was triggered by a dispute over a task the team leader wanted the team to do, a weather-dependent task that required a schedule change. The author of the email, seen by South Africa's Sunday Times, expressed immense concern over their colleagues' increasingly egregious behavior and called for immediate action to ensure their own safety and that of the team as a whole. I am experiencing significant difficulty in feeling secure in his presence, the author wrote. Neither the author nor the accused have been named. South Africa's Environment Minister, Deon George, said he would speak personally with the team to assess the situation. There was a verbal altercation between the team leader and this person, then it escalated, then that person did physically attack the leader. You can imagine what it's like. It is close quarters, and people do get cabin fever. It can be very disorienting. Meanwhile, South Africa's Department of Forestry, Fisheries, and Environment released a statement on Monday claiming the alleged perpetrator of the violence had shown remorse and was willing to engage in further psychological evaluations. The accused has shown remorse and is willingly cooperative to follow any interventions that are recommended. He has written a formal apology to the victim and is willing to verbally apologize to all members of the base, the statement read. The department has also implemented a longer-term sustained intervention process through trained professional counseling services in order to restore the relationships and build a healthy work environment. The DFFE have also, in parallel, activated a labor relations process to deal with the matter as it relates to the alleged physical assault. An alleged SH is also being investigated. Reports of SA are not correct. I want to pause right there. So the person who's been putting out these pleas to get help, the person who I guess has been in contact with the media claiming that this guy who has lost his mind on this base has SA'd some of the people there, the government is claiming that didn't happen. So there is a woman stuck in this research facility with this crazy psycho who's attacking people, threatening to kill people, allegedly SAing people. She's claiming that he's SAing people, doing inappropriate things to women. But the government is claiming, hey, that part's not true. Yeah, he's attacking people. He's threatening to kill them. Yeah, he even, harassed some people, but he didn't SA them. That's what the government is saying. But you have to understand, the government is not there. There's only 9 people anywhere even close to this facility. And that's the 9 people trapped in this facility. 8 people trapped with the madman. So, I guess, you could say innocent until proven guilty. But right now, I'm going to kind of believe the woman here, or at least kind of take her word for it for now. Because let's say we don't. Then what? I'd rather, hey, let's go ahead and get these people the hell out of here now before things get worse. Because this woman is trapped in there with these people. I can't imagine being in this situation. And it's a situation where if you get frustrated, man, I need to go outside for some fresh air, and then you just turn into a living, or not a living anymore, an icicle within moments. So I imagine it's got to be really scary in there. But like I said, the South African government is totally downplaying the situation. And now they're going against what the person is reporting in their emails, that no one's being SA'd. No one's being touched in that way, or no one's doing that. But let's go forward. Living in harsh conditions among a remote landscape and staggering temperatures of minus 23 degrees, the team rarely, if ever, leaves the base for their own safety. Mr. George says that researchers are required to undergo rigorous psychological evaluation to determine their suitability for the mentally demanding environment. Craig Jackson, a professor of workplace health psychology, says that the psychological impact of working in isolation in a small group can see tiny issues blow up into conflict. Issues about hierarchy, about workload allocation, even small things about leisure time or rations or food portions can rapidly flare up to become something much larger than they typically are, he concluded. Alan Chambers, an explorer who completed a 700-mile skiing expedition in the region last year, said that from a psychological perspective, the South Pole is a very, very lonely place. There's very little interaction with humans or animals. So if you're in a camp or a research center, you're with those people for 6 months, if not a year. Everything becomes heightened. It's all white. There's no color, no noise, and nothing you would see as normal. So everybody's behavior, including your own, gets magnified, and the little things become the big things. Mr. Chambers warned the loneliness of the continent majorly impacts behavior and said that those who are stationed in Antarctica really have to be happy with yourself. He claims that due to the fact that one spent a lot of time inside your mind, small issues with others can escalate into larger problems. So basically, everyone isolated in that base right now, with the man who's losing his mind, attacking people, threatening to kill them, and allegedly even forcing himself onto the women that are there and doing God knows what to them. Unfortunately, nothing's going to be done. They're going to have to deal with this for months on end. I don't think the guy is going to get any better. He's probably going to get worse. Someone's going to get hurt. I'm still wondering, hey, you outnumber this guy 8-1. Y'all need to, form a little plan, get together, make a makeshift jail inside the base. Do it. Listen, if it comes down to it, you're going to have to just shove him outside. Okay? I mean, honestly, if it comes down to it, you're going to have to just get together and just throw the dude outside. Something along those lines. Because he's definitely going to hurt these people. Do you want to be the one that he shoves outside? No. So, I don't know what's going to be done here. But the way the government has responded to this, it's ludicrous, right? They're saying, oh, well, he writ an apology. Sorry, I essayed all of the women here. Sorry, I'm threatening to kill you guys. Sorry, I'm attacking you guys inside of this remote research facility in Antarctica. Please accept my apology and let's try to live normal life moving forward for the next 9 months. That's not how things work. And when they say, oh, we put him through a mental, evaluation, you got to understand, they're in this remote base. Okay? When they're doing these mental evaluations, they're doing it over FaceTime. So on some really diabolical, sinister, like freaking supervillain type psycho stuff, this guy who's gone crazy, he goes on FaceTime. He does the mental health checks and evaluations, and he acts perfectly normal. He acts like there's nothing wrong with him, has a smile on his face. He acts remorseful about the issues he's had with his colleagues. And then when the cameras turn off, when the mental health check is over, he passes the mental health check, and then he just turns crazy again and starts doing God knows what to his colleagues inside of that base. That's what these people are dealing with. And the government's like, oh, we gave him a mental health check. What? You mean you FaceTimed him and you talked to him for 5 minutes and concluded that, hey, well, we ain't sending no one to save y'all. We know we said that, hey, if there's an extreme emergency, we could possibly get out here in a couple of weeks to help. Well, that was kind of a lie. We have no way out there and we're not coming. That's basically what's going on here. So I'm really wondering, how are they going to resolve this problem? Sure, maybe the guy just stops. Maybe the guy's like, hey, you know what? I had enough. But the worst part is they're only a couple of weeks into this trip, ladies and gentlemen. They're only a couple of weeks into this trip. They have 9 months and some weeks left to go. I don't know how they're going to make it through. Also, the government has acknowledged that, there is a problem. The government has acknowledged that they're not coming to help them. But if you read the emails that have been sent out from this research facility, the people within the facility say that they already sent warnings that this guy was crazy and losing his mind before the winter storm season even began. Back in the initial days that they were there, when they still could have gotten this guy shipped out with the rest of the researchers who were out there, before the big winter storm started, when it would be easier to reach the base, before other researchers even left the base, they told him, hey, this guy's kind of crazy. There's something wrong with this guy. They put the warnings out there, and the warnings were ignored. Now, 2 weeks in, allegedly he's essayed 2 women, attacked 1 dude, and threatened to kill multiple people. So, I fear that in the near future, we're going to hear another story about something happening here. And I hate to say it, but my hope is that if something bad happens, it happens to the crazy guy. I'm hoping that more people who are at this research facility don't fall victim to this guy. Like, you have the numbers, gang up together, do what you got to do. If no one's coming to help you, understand that there's no way that you could live for 9 months on end every night with this guy who has lost his mind, that's already told you that he wants to unalive you. But all we can do, ladies and gentlemen, is just sit back and just watch how this plays out. It really does sound like something straight from a movie. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. And I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.